And for more on the Central Economic Work Conference, I want to bring in Professor Zhang Xiaoyan, Associate Dean and the Xinyuan Chair Professor of Finance at Tsinghua University's PBC School of Finance. Professor Zhang, welcome to the program. So, first of all, boosting domestic demand, Professor Zhang, is once again the top priority for China's economic agenda going into 2026. So, domestic demand would include consumption and investment. So, based on the Central Economic Work Conference, what stands out to you about how China plans to strengthen domestic demand in the year ahead?
Well, thank you for the question. It's my honor to be on the program. So when I think about the very big priority of increasing consumption, here's what I think. I think there are several things standing out. Number one, as an economist, here's how I understand it. Number one, we want to increase income of consumers. I believe there will be very special income initiatives to raise the income level of many people in the country. Now, when people have more income, of course, they would have more incentive to consume. That's number one. Number two, I think there will be a lot of work focusing on providing high quality products and high quality services. You know, our country has been improving over the most recent years, and people are looking forward to high quality lifestyle. So the more provision of good quality, high quality services and goods would be the next step. And number three, I hope everybody pays attention that it's mentioned that the regulators are working very hard on removing constraints that is reducing consumption. So there will be more flexibility in regulation in terms of improving the unified domestic market. And finally, I think, the government spending at the same time, other than improving income, the government spending will be also enlarged over the next 1 year. The idea is, government can guide investment in other investments, and there will be more tools from the regulatory toolbox to make sure people can enjoy the growth of the economy.
Yeah, China will continue its proactive fiscal policy going into 2026 as well. And like you mentioned, Professor, it's very important for China to build this unified national market. That is top on the agenda for next year as well. Let me get your sense on innovation, Professor Zhang, because do you get maybe a stronger sense that this year's Central Economic Work Conference places even stronger emphasis when it comes to technology and innovation for next year, not only in developing new quality productive forces, but explicitly mentioning this integration, a more holistic, comprehensive integration of education, science, and talent, plus, this is new, the building of major international innovation centers in the three mega economic regions of the Beijing, Tianjin, Hebei region, the Yangtze River Delta region, which includes Shanghai, and the Greater Bay Area, which includes cities like Shenzhen, like Guangzhou, and Hong Kong, of course.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. So this year, the plan is more, you say it's comprehensive. See, the word I was preparing for is a systematic. See, I feel like this year's plan has 5 parts to it. Number one, there is an education. I think the whole country understands now if you want to keep the economy growing, technology is the key. And then for people to take advantage of technology and coming up with innovation, we need very strong education on technological innovations. That's the first aspect. Number two, as you mentioned, this year, we actually mentioned about the international innovation hub like Beijing and Shanghai and Hong Kong Bay Area. I think this is it's not mentioned too much in previous conferences that we actually specifically have those innovation hubs. I believe those 3 regions are very excited right now because they're becoming the new hub for technology innovation. Now, the third thing I also want to mention that the central government emphasized that the enterprises, private enterprises, they are very essential leading forces in this whole campaign. And we want to develop new innovation in supply chain. And finally, 2 things. AI, this is the center of global competition. And China, of course, is not going to lag behind. There will be more investment and there's more ethics development. And finally, as a finance professor, I have to mention that capital is really important for innovation. And in this year's meeting, it's articulated that finance has to support all the technological innovations. So it is a very systematic approach this year.
Yeah. And as a professor of finance, Professor Zhang, I have to ask you about financial stability as well, because this year's Central Economic World Conference also places significant emphasis on further stabilizing the real estate market and advancing the orderly resolution of local government debt. So how should we understand these measures in the broader context of strengthening China's long-term financial stability and supporting more sustainable growth in 2026 and beyond?
Okay. Yeah, as a finance professor, I understand there is a lot of turbulence in the global market, political-wise and economic-wise. So for our country, there are two goals for the long-term development. One is stability, and the other one is growth. Right now, many people realize there are two existing risks that has to be controlled. One is in the real estate market, and the other one is in the local government debt market. So what the government is promoting right now or proposing right now, we want to stabilize the current existing risks for real estate sector. The idea, for housing, it's not for speculation, right? It's providing, households the place to live. And on the other hand, to go back to increasing consumption, I think when people are improving their life quality, we want to have this campaign of good houses, high quality houses. We want to have a new style of real estate market. Now, talking about local government existing debts, that was another risk people worry about constantly. I think the government, central government, is also mentioning that there must be many new innovative ways of resolving the existing debts and the potential risks. Now, to summarize, long-term goal for China is stability and growth. Our growth has to be based on the stability. So all the risks we are looking at I'm very confident that the government and people are strong enough and to deal with the existing ones.
Okay, great insights. We're going to leave it there. Professor Zhang, many thanks for your time. Professor Zhang Xiaoyan, Associate Dean at Tsinghua University's PBC School of Finance.